think it's worth saying basic, obvious things. We don't believe in Christianity because it suits our preferences, or it happens to be convenient for our lifestyle, or it makes things easier, or we just happen to enjoy it. The question with Christianity is not which religion suits my fancy, which worldview kind of fits with what I like naturally, which one really makes me feel like I'm me, or whatever people might say today. Now, here's the question. Did Jesus historically die and rise from the dead? That's the question, right? Because if that is true, then even if what he says at times offends me, I don't have a choice but to accept it, because he's the one who died and rose from the dead. He's the only one who's conquered death. And so the question of Christianity is an essential question about what really happened in actual history. Mm-hmm. This is not mythology. This is not a debate about what your favorite mythological story is. It's not legend. No. The question is, 2,000 years ago, did Jesus of Nazareth get crucified under Pontius Pilate, get buried in a well-known tomb of Joseph of Arimathea that no one had ever used, and then on Sunday morning, was the tomb empty? Did Jesus make real bodily appearances to hundreds of people over 40 days and then ascend physically, bodily into heaven? If that's true, and I think there is abundant evidence for this in all kinds of ways, then Christianity is true, period. And then we begin to adjust our life and feelings around the truth of Christianity. Does that make sense? So often we do it backwards. What suits my feelings is what I believe. That is a sad way to approach your worldview. But the question is, what's true? What's historical? What actually happened? If Jesus rose, then we've got to bow the knee. We've got to find a way that by God's grace that our heart, our affections would catch up with what's actually true in history. And that's what Jesus is saying. I'm the first and the last. I died. I came to life. Either Jesus is speaking the truth or he's a liar. And those are the options you've got to deal with in a text like this.
Yeah, that's the great part about loving the Lord Jesus is it's based on truth. Otherwise we are to be pitied above